Galley on the drum.
This is Friends with Good Intentions.
What's happening?
My name is Michael.
I'm Bellamy, the Dad Group Project.
And this is episode 4.
Friends with Good Intentions. Like, I'm glad to be here, man. I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I appreciate you coming through. I figured we start with a topic since we both dads. And somebody actually suggested this in the inbox. They said that they seen. Well, actually, tell me about yourself first. My bad.
No. For you guys that don't know, I'm the host of the Dad Group Project and Bellamy's Random Rants. We are a progressive conversation talk show out of Greenville. We're in our first year, and I feel like we're leaping and bounding right now. Like, a lot of people go years and never figure it out. We kind of like figured it out quick.
Okay.
Super quick. I'm a father of 8, of course. Octo dad.
That shit still trip me out.
But you know what's crazy though? It don't trip me out. I love to see the reaction with people. And I'd be like, yeah, it's 8 of them. Literally, I said it's 8 of them. Like, that's like my catchphrase. Like, yeah.
That's 8 too many for me, sir. And I got 3.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was more like God found purpose for me to have these kids. So I rise to the occasion. I got a choice now. They here. Like, they're here now. It's too late to double back. For sure.
I feel you on that. Okay, now we'll get into our topic, I guess. Somebody wrote that they seen all kinds of videos on IG where like people stealing and running out of stores. And they said that the comments usually say something about what great upbringing, like, being sarcastic. And they asking if it really upbringing or you think that's based on individual adult decision?
It's a little bit of both. You can raise a kid perfectly.
Okay.
I've seen children raised in the same home, but that one comes out totally different than the others.
Yeah.
It's at some point, we as a people need to get back into accountability. Okay. Accountability has to be everything. It's not about how you was raised, or where you was from, or what you do or do not have.
Okay.
You know the difference between right and wrong. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So, I think it's like a 50-50 because nobody, well, I do understand people out there taking things to feed their families.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, you got to ask yourself, how did you get to this point where you have to do this to feed your family?
Okay, so you think what they're stealing makes a difference or why they're stealing makes a difference?
I think it's more like why they're stealing it, because you got to ask yourself, prime example, something happens on Fairview Road in Simpsonville. For whatever reason, that Target gets raided. And let's say 1,000 people run in there and grab whatever they want.
Right.
There are going to be those who are in there taking because they need stuff. They're taking it because they're trying to make a dollar, trying to flip a buck.
Yeah.
But then there's also going to be people in there stealing because they really need it.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, you got to ask yourself, how did you get here?
Right. How did you get to the point where you need to steal?
This is where we're at right now.
I be saying that shit about homeless people.
This is crazy. I'm glad you brought this up. His first episode, Friends with Good Intentions, the guest has said he knows you don't like to give out money. He told a story about the Big Mac and the thing. I can't make this up. My daughter, shout out to K Bella. We was on Haywood Road getting off the highway. And there was a young lady with a sign up that says, please, need help. My 2-year-old has cancer.
Damn.
Right?
Okay.
Now, I'm a firm believer of paying it forward.
Okay.
Because in my mind, I gave it to you with good intentions.
Okay.
Now, what you chose to do with it after that is no longer on me.
Okay.
We are all accountable for each other's self. But I saw my 8-year-old reach off in her purse and pull out $5.
That's what's up.
She said, Daddy, hit the horn, Dad, hit the horn. She hits the horn, the lady comes, she gives her the money. My little girl says, be blessed. Now, what that person might do with that money, we'll never know.
Right.
But the fact that my child was in the mindset to see somebody going through something and want to step up and help, that made a difference for me. Like, that just showed me, like, okay, I'm doing something right.
Okay, I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know you, though. You the Big Mac and I'll buy you something to eat, baby, but...
No, I just, because not only am I cynical, it's also because it's like, how did you end up homeless?
Right.
And I know that's not the nicest thing to say,
No.
but I think that. I'd be like, especially if you grown. I ain't talking about like a kid who got kicked out by their parents because they was into bad shit. I'm talking about like, I'm 37. If I end up homeless, there got to be a real reason why. Did I make some bad choices, or did that person, or did life give me a bad hand? And I think that sometimes it can be either or. Because it might be I up and quit a job. I'm gonna be a starving artist. I'm gonna be a painter. But if I ain't had no game plan, and now I'm living out of a cardboard box painting pictures and shit.
You're almost a fool to me.
That's what I'm saying. Whereas if I got laid off and I don't have family, then I think that's different.
I can never find myself breaking down the whys and wins.
I'll be doing all that shit.
I try not to, just because who am I to judge? You know,
I don't do this.
No, right. You know what I'm saying? But like all overall, what I like to do is I like to help people. It's just something in my being, in my soul, that I have a need to help others. I hate to see somebody hurt. And it's crazy. That's why I don't even have a lot of enemies like that, because I hate to see people hurt. Like, I just hate to see it. So it's like,
I can follow that.
Just out of love. Like I said, I believe in paying it forward.
Okay, that's
I do believe that's why I'm still here, is because I'll pay it forward. There's been plenty of times I shouldn't be here. Plenty.
Okay.
But I feel like God be like, oh yeah, he do got that one in the safe. Go get that one. Bring it back.
Okay, I feel you on that. So as far as upbringing then, when it comes to stealing and stuff like that, because for me, like, the cynical side of me, like when Hurricane Katrina happened, cats were stealing flat screens. If you ain't got nowhere to stay, why you stealing TVs? But if I have seen people run out of a grocery store or Walmart with like a buggy full of diapers. And I would hope to think that they running out because they need these diapers, not because they trying to flip diapers. Excuse me. So I think it's like a 50-50. It depends on what you stealing. Why you stealing? Because I done damn sure stole myself. Like when I was coming up in early high school, me and my home, well, I did the stealing, they did the washing out. But I used to go in the department. I'm not proud of it. But I used to steal clothes out of department stores because we didn't have a whole lot. So so most of my clothes, 9th grade, before I started working, was stolen.
Right.
And so we used to go in spots. Well, I used, like I said, they would look out, I would steal the stuff. So what I would do, I'd take these plastic bags of whatever the store is, and then I have it folded up in my pocket. We go in the department store, and then we'll kind of browse and see what we're going to pick out as though we really shopping. But you know what I mean? And so I fold that shit up and stuff it in the bag, and we haul ass up out of there. But I wasn't stealing.
Out of necessity.
I mean, I felt like I needed it. I ain't had no fly gear.
As a grown-up, do you still feel it?
No, I shouldn't have been doing that shit.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not proud of that
For
shit.
sure, yeah. For sure.
But I can't believe I'm telling this damn story, but you know what I mean? So at the time, it did feel necessary because I wanted to have nice shit. You know what I mean? But when I'm looking back now, obviously that was definitely not what good.
I feel like I can't leave you out there with your story. I got one. I got a good one. I got a real good one. Listen, my 8th grade year, I figured out that my foot was big. Like, I've been wearing a size 11. It's 8th grade. Damn. Man, my mama them ain't buying no J's.
Nah,
They're not buying none of that. You better hope they show up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's other people to feed besides what's on your feet.
Yeah.
So I used to go through Belks, and I had this bright idea. Like, I've never seen nobody scalping in Belks. Especially during the holidays.
I went scalping.
Like the people that do the asset protection.
Yeah.
You see them? Belks at this time didn't have them. They just had the kiosk people, and the kiosk people is the ones that did the watching. Okay. And once I figured that out, I got with 2 of my friends. I won't say their names. I'm not a snitch. I'm not a corroborator. I'm gonna tell on me. Shit. We got the right idea. Like, boom, Valentine's Day is around the corner. If we can run off in Belks and snatch us some of this little jewelry, when we get back to school, everybody got a girlfriend. I'm gonna get all that gone. Now, that is enterprising for a 13-year-old boy, because I sat down and thought this through like meticulously. We got away with it twice. Ooh. Man, my first time I got away with it, man, I made like $200. I'm 13 years old. It's 03.
That's love.
I'm up. It's funny. December 23rd. Now, this is my little girl birthday, current. But this happened December 23rd, 2003. We got our lookout, me and my guy. We about to run through. We get what we get. We get all the way to the exit of Belks, entering into the mall. Because we knew if we got into the mall, it's foot game. You got to show me something. Like, you got to catch me. Man, we get to moving real sly, and all I hear is the lookout say, "Wait, they got us." What do you mean they got us?
They got you.
They got your ass.
They got you, nigga.
What? But me being me, no, man, I ain't let my man take it on the chin. And I hope he sees it. When this comes out, I'm going to send this to these individuals like, yo, y'all remember this? But it wasn't for necessity. It was just, I was trying to find a way to get what I wanted. And I feel like that happens with people. Like, we don't look at what a need and what a want is. And there's definitely a difference.
In the moment or beforehand?
I don't think we do. I don't think we do it till after we realize the ramifications of our actions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I knew that I couldn't go to jail for stealing out the mall.
Especially at 13.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that whatever fear you was going to give me,
Mhm.
you couldn't give me that because I knew that. I knew you was going to give me PTI because I know I live in Greenville County. I had already like sit down and thought of worst case scenarios.
You don't plan this whole thing out.
You have to. I'm trying to enterprise.
No, I was stealing just to have cool clothes.
Look, I bought some cool stuff with that stolen merchandise money. I ain't gonna lie about it. I mean, but
Well, I tell you what made me stop stealing. We were stealing out the other mall off of, I ain't gonna say the name, but the small mall. It's got all the shopping centers around it now.
Going about
Yeah, about the movies.
I was about to say that. I was like, am I going to say too much?
No, you good. So I can say the store because it's nationwide. I was stealing out of Finish Line. This one, I think I got carried away too. So I went in there, stole like 6, 7 like football and basketball. This is when Michael Jordan was playing for the Wizards. So you know how old this is.
Yeah, this is a throwback here story.
Yeah. So we grabbed about 6 or 7 of them things. We get outside by the movies, and at the time I wasn't driving, so we waiting on my mom to pick us up. We sitting there, and I ain't gonna say who it was, but my man's a real close friend of mine. He like, yo, the Finish Line man outside. I thought he being stupid. I said, man, cut that shit out before he come out here for real.
Right.
And I kept looking at the lady at the ticket counter. This is before they had all the shit in front of her. So it was just wide open parking lot. And she kept looking at us kind of weird. I'm like, why the hell she keep looking at us? And then next time I know, he pop out the side of the mall. Oh, shit. We start running. We run behind the mall towards the fence by 385. And bro, I'm like, throw the bag down so he can quit
At least he'll get caught with evidence.
Yeah. He said, fuck that shit, I'm keeping it. I said, bro, throw that shit on the ground. He said, all right, fuck it. Man, we running. We got to the fence. I jumped off. Shoo. He jumped. He came back down. Man, he did that shit one more time and kind of tumbled over the
Oh, no.
And we went up the side of the highway. We did not get caught. But I said, nah, I ain't doing that shit no more.
Man, I got caught.
I ain't get caught.
I got caught. Then I had to call my mama
And tell her.
2 days before Christmas. It's 13 now. I know I got Christmas waiting.
Not
Man,
no more.
my mama pulled up and they brought it to the back. And she's like, I want to see, what he got. I want to know what he's into.
Right.
She opened up a trash bag and I had all the little knick-knack jewelry, little girls. I had it all. I was going to go back to school. I was about to have Hillcrest Middle on fire. Stolen merchandise. But it's enterprise.
Yeah.
I was a business. I'm thinking like a businessman. Man, that's what I ain't stole since then, man. She got me home and we had this little coffee table. And all I remember is her whooping me around the coffee table.
Absolutely.
And then Christmas Day, when they was, they give the presents out, she was more like throwing mine at me, like pushing it real hard.
I done bought the shit.
You gotta take it now. But I do feel like people, I've been on my last. I know, like Dirk said in one of his songs, like I was on my last with my 5th baby. But I feel like I've been on my last with the last 5 babies. Like,
how you end up with 8 kids, man? I'm still trying to figure that out.
I'm gonna give you the story. I don't think I ever gave it to nobody else. I think it's the first time I ever told the story. Like nobody's ever asked me how I ended up with 8.
Well, how old is your oldest?
10. He'll be 11 in March. Shout out to Jab. Hey, what's happening, boy? I was in a relationship.
Okay.
And we had a bunch of kids together. And then I ended up getting married.
Oh, that's what's up.
And she didn't have any kids. And I'm a firm believer, like, yo, I can't tell this woman not to have children. Like, I can't say, well, I got 5. I can't have no more. Here we are, 8. That's the story, 8.
So you had 5 with one woman.
And 3 by another.
Thank God. You about like
a
me.
Lot
I
of
only
people
got kids
think
with 2 people. I just want to know.
A lot of people, when they talk to me.
I would hope not 8, baby. That's crazy.
But like, look, Moneybag, Future, Nick Cannon. These guys have large quantities of children with multiple women. No, it's just 2 houses.
I got the kids with 2 people.
I couldn't imagine a 3rd house. A 3rd person I got to deal with.
But 1 house is enough. So, okay, since you brought up those gentlemen, what do you think of them, how they go about it? Yours is totally different. That's actually admirable. You was with one person, and then you got married to somebody, and then you had, obviously, they want kids, and like you said, who you to say, if you want to be with this person, you got to bend. You know
I couldn't give you my name and I give you my seed.
You're right.
I couldn't give you 50% of the deal.
Yeah.
That's going into it wrong. I'm not even giving you the whole 100. Like,
yeah, you can at least get one baby. You think that shit cool?
I don't knock anybody for having multiple children as long as you're standing on what your decisions are.
How's that?
Like, I have 8 children, but I stand on 8 children. You see me, you see at least 4 to 5 of them.
But you also don't have 8. I don't use the word baby mama like that, but children with 8 people.
I'm selfish for my seed.
I ain't mad at you, dog. Everybody can have these babies. Yeah, but I'm talking about Nick got what? How many Nick got?
12. The 12th one was born last week.
Okay, and it ain't just 2 people.
No, it's I want to say it's 8 to 9.
It's 8 to 9.
It's got to be a crazy number. They got 3
because they got twins and one more, right?
So that's 3.
Don't he got 2 sets of twins like Young Jock?
I stopped.
I don't really keep it.
Once he got past 5, I was like, "You got it, boss."
Yeah. See, my thing is with that whole situation, he's rich, but I think there's a difference between being rich and time.
You can't give that.
Ain't enough time.
You took it out my mouth. I struggle, and I'm not rich yet, but I'm not rich, and I have to be there for these people. And it's like I have 4 little girls. I have 4 little boys.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're all like 18 months apart. I kid you not.
Yeah.
I've almost had a baby every year since like 2011.
I'm good. See, I fucked up. My oldest is 13. Should be 14. This episode already be out, but her birthday is the 4th. And so she's 14. My son is 8, and my youngest just turned 4 in October. Man. So mine is basically 4 or 5 years apart.
I got
that's a lot of damn diapers.
You know what's crazy though? I had 3 of them in diapers at one time.
Nah, I'm good.
That was scary because you'd like wake up in the night and you change one, and you'd be like,
might well just change all 3.
You smell that? Nah, they gonna let you know. You smell that? It's another one. And then changing a diaper on a kid to sleep is like I didn't learn that ability till like 10 months ago.
Man, you got soup, flip them, soup. Put it back on, flip it back down.
My kids, they even smell daddy. They up. What you doing? No. I love having the amount of kids I have though. Because I feel like that shows me who I am as a person. It took 8 different individuals to give me a clear perspective of who I am as a person.
And y'all can run 5 on 5 and have some people come out the bench.
Oh yeah, we got a starting 5 and a lineup. I got an offense. I got all kinds of stuff. I got a volleyball team. Like,
that's
but
cool though.
At the same time though, like if you look at the way the world is going, it's almost dangerous not to have a sibling. Like to be by yourself out here in today's world with guns and gangs. Yeah. I bet you won't try them Bellamy's. Man, it's 16 hands, 16 feet, boy. You better be ready for that. Y'all better be ready to try one of them. You better be on your shit that day.
It's only me and my sister. I'm the oldest. So, I mean, but I think I did always want a brother. But I mean, I'm cool. Me and my sister close, so I ain't tripping. But I think the whole, if you got multiple kids with multiple.
There's no way you're spending that time.
Yeah. It don't matter how much money you got. You can't, how you even.
Because you got to pay for them.
Yeah.
That means you got to work somewhere. There's an income being drawn.
And regardless of the amount of income, ain't enough time in the world.
How do you do it?
And they not all in the same, at least as far as I can tell. They don't all live in the same city.
No. But I will give Nick Cannon the credit of these women ain't saying nothing. Yeah. You ain't heard them come out and whisper nothing bad.
I got a homegirl who did that, but as a majority, nah. Most women is like, get that bag, bitch. I'm like, nah.
I don't like that you selling your seed though. You're like, hey, I'm gonna carry this baby for you, but you owe me $3 million
over a span of 18 years.
I don't want that. Yeah. I know what I pay in child support. I don't even want that.
Yeah, I pay child support too, but not court order. We just have an agreement.
I don't agree with that.
Well, child support.
I don't agree with it
at all.
I think it's crazy as shit.
I think child support should only exist for fathers who are not involved.
But who deems that?
The court.
No, absolutely not. That's not how it works.
Oh, it's like a formula.
But the formula is always side. I can't speak for no other state. But in the state of South Carolina, it's sided for them. You could go in there with the house, the car, the money, everything. She carried them. Pay her.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of active father. Now, if you ain't doing shit for your kids.
I believe that you should have everybody, man or woman, whoever's on child support. The stability of the child should be first and foremost. Yeah. But what I don't like is there's a lot of situations where men and women are using these children for them. Listen, when the COVID thing happened, they was giving out, what, 600 a kid?
Something like that, yeah.
So imagine if you had 6 kids.
Or 8. No, just
I was not one of the ones that came up off that.
That me neither.
But think about it. You got 6 kids. It's $600 a month. Bruh. Plus the taxes. Plus your child support. Wait a minute.
Bruh. I think
that's a hustle.
Dog, earned income credit is what, $1,500? But it's you gonna get more than that back. But I'm just saying. Imagine that. That's love right
It's
there.
people that made over $100,000 last year by just having children.
Yeah, but it costs a lot to take care of them, though.
It don't cost no $100,000. Don't tip, man. Listen. No, listen.
I don't know. I don't make 100,000 a year, so I wouldn't know.
I look at it like my beef with child support is the way that they fluctuate the money. Okay,
What you mean?
so boom, child support is supposed to be used for the stability of the child inside of that home. Okay, two things. One, why is my child support I have to be added up to how much your rent is? Because if you didn't have them children,
You still got rent.
you still got rent.
Yeah.
That car you have, no matter how
Still
you
need
chop it,
transportation.
you still have that.
Yeah.
And I don't like how they use that plight of the money to kind of overcompensate what's really being done. That system is wrong for men and for women. It's wrong for everybody.
It go back to some old shit. Where
It does.
The crack epidemic. I hate to say it.
It
Not
did.
child support completely, but just
If we remove him out the house,
you get all this. What's the shit called? Government, not assistance,
but you can't be there.
subsidized, and all those things.
Hey, listen. Hey, Mr. Black Man,
Yeah.
Mr. Black Woman.
Yeah, we
You
get your
kick him
food
out.
stamp. Yeah, you get
I'll
all
make
this
sure you
stuff.
ain't got to worry about this no
Yeah,
more.
even though the conditions was not fabulous.
During that time period, imagine the generations that have been scarred from that sense.
Yeah,
Still, as we sit here.
exactly. So does that affect this breaking in the coach and Gucci and grabbing shit? And
No.
I don't either.
No. Because I've been down on my ass and I'm just not.
Yeah.
I can't take that because it's like, okay, let's say I make $20,000
Right.
stealing. That's a good booster. You make
Yeah.
20,000.
But
let's say
there ain't no overhead.
let's say the judge sends you to 4 years. That 20,000 divided by 4 years is 5,000 a year. That 5,000
Ain't
is
worth it.
nothing for them kids. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's nothing. So it's like,
But I mean, what do you think is motivating them? Do you think they scammers, or you think they really need the money? I think they doing it more so we can't all get caught.
yeah, of course.
Because if you go in there, you seen the video where it had to be 25 of them. It was in New York. But, excuse me, when I tell you them cats, bruh, it look like, you know how you stomp on an anthill and
And
them
they
bitches,
scatter.
yeah, that's what that shit look like.
That happened at the Green, man, the Haywood Mall.
When?
Them girls with them black trash bags. Man, this was like 2 summers ago. They was just, no disrespect. If you are somebody that I'm talking about,
Do you think that ain't
do
on
you?
me?
I ain't judging you. Live your life. I'm just saying. They had a black trash bag. And what they would do is they just ran in and popped. Boom. If I send you to Victoria's Secret, I send you over here, you over here, you over here. If we can all get back to the car, we done hit 5 stores. Now, when it looks organized like that, I don't think you're still not a necessity.
No, hell no.
Because at the same time, you could have got you a job. You could have started a business, went back to school. There's productive things you could have did. You just chose to do that.
That's why I feel about homeless people, man. But I don't mean it to be hateful. It's just when I see them, like, bro, if you standing out here on the highway or whatever intersection for 8 to 12 hours a day, especially in the summer, you can clock your ass in for 8 to 12. If you want to stand here with a sign up, that got to be taxing on your arms. You can do the exact same
you
thing. Yes. You can't clock into a McDonald's. Bro, there was a time when I was working for NATO. I probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. I was working for the government, and I was making 6 figures. And we took, I think, a month off. And I was making plenty of money, so I didn't have to work. So I sat at home for about 2 weeks. And after that second week, I got restless, dog. So I went I got to a temp agency and I started working at the local recycling plant just to have something to do for the next 2 weeks. So my thing is, at least for me, there's no job that's too good for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's a pride thing or what, but I'm not finna sit around and be broke.
But like you said,
Keep going. I feel like these cameras not on, but I'm sure.
Man, I hope it is. Because we gave you some real good quality this time. Yeah, look. Hey, shout out to friends with good intentions.
My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, like I think, in my opinion, like I said, upbringing is hard to say upbringing because what if you had standing parents, like outstanding parents? Because I've heard the saying, I was raised right. I say it all the time. I was raised right. I chose to do wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what brings me back to the accountability. I feel like that's something that we are not teaching as much. It's like it's everybody else's fault where you're at. It's this person, it's the government, it's the white man, it's whatever, whoever it may be. No, bro, it's you.
I agree with that. I will say a lot of people have, I mean, even with I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, even with the what do you bring to the table conversation, none of it is about what the person talking brings to the table. It's about the other person.
Right.
And for myself, I definitely, when I fuck up, I tend to apologize, even with my kids. Like if I'm wrong, and I hope I'm not wrong that often, but I will tell my kids I apologize or I was wrong.
Mm-hmm. I like to do that.
Yeah, because they got to know age doesn't determine accountability or if you are right or wrong in the situation.
But you know how rare that is?
Oh, yeah.
think about the generations. Think about when you was in school.
Because I said so.
Think about the school.
Yeah.
If a teacher said you did X, Y, Z, I don't care who was in there to see
You was wrong, yeah.
You was wrong because of the age.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I apologize to my kids all the time, man. Like, no, I'm gonna say all the time. Like, I'm just out here just terrorizing my children. But like, the thing we like to teach at the house is if you can voice your opinion in a respectful, non-ignorant way, I'm willing to hear you.
Yeah.
If I do something that you feel like was wrong or you've been slighted and you can approach me the right way, I'm willing to listen because it's a possibility. Daddy was wrong.
Yeah.
And I like to show them that I'm not always right. Because then I'm not building this standard that Daddy's always right. Damn, Daddy is not always right. I am making this shit up daily.
Yeah, ain't no manual for this shit.
If it is, I will Amazon it.
Yeah, where's that? Yeah, I agree with that, man. It's definitely, I definitely grew up with because I said so. Yeah. And they used to kill my nerves. I used to be like, you didn't answer my question.
How are you teaching me? You didn't teach me nothing. Yeah. My man, listen, I don't know who me was talking about it, but it was like the parent told them, you saw what I went through. Why did you not? Why are you going through it too? Because I can see a plane fly. Yeah. I have no idea how to fly a plane. Yeah. And it's the same principles of parenting. You can show them everything, but if you don't explain to them what you got going on, they're just as lost. They're just sitting in class.
Yeah. I don't think that I say because I said so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I try to remove that from my vocabulary.
It depends.
Yeah, because certain shit I'm like, I need you to just do it. Yeah, but I guess because especially my older, she has my curiosity, so I know she'll kind of be like, well, why? And so I'm not saying I do it 100% of the time. Ain't no 100% absolute always, but I try my best to make sure to say why I need her to do something. Because she'll give me that look like, nigga, what the hell are you talking about?
No, I get it. Before I even do anything to my children, before I punish or anything, I make them walk me back through how we got to where we're at now. I don't care how many. Like I said, I have 7 of them current, like,
and 1 on the way.
From number 1 through number through my little ones. Before I do anything to you, I want to know why you think you're here now.
Like why you're in trouble?
Yeah, and it makes them basically go back and rethink that. And if I feel like if I can get them into a pattern of doing that young, when they get grown, it's going to be a natural instinct. Let me slow down.
Yeah, they'll think about it before they just immediately do it.
Or if you do it and you get caught, you're not pointing fingers. You're ready to stand in your accountability. I fucked up. Yeah. I do that. I talk a lot.
Me and you both, dog.
Podcasting, parenting, work. I talk a lot. So it's like, shit, I might as well. I mean, I'm giving everybody else the energy. Shit, I might as well put in the kids. You know? Yeah,
my oldest, she excuse me, like she didn't make one of the teams at school yesterday, matter of fact. And we talked about it, and I asked her questions as well as gave her input, and I'm not gonna say what it was, but so to help, like what you said, to help her understand why she may or may not have made the team. What can she do to make the team next time? And so we're going to start doing some training after we record. We're going to do right to it. Yeah, because I mean I could tell it hurt her feelings, and so if she wants to make it, then it's my responsibility as well as mommy's responsibility to make sure we give her the best tools to do so. Right. So I agree with you. It's not necessarily only when you're in trouble. I think it's both. Like if a parent is willing to explain it. And again, we don't owe our kids no explanation. No. But if you take the time to do it, I think it can be real beneficial.
I feel like the more they know, the better they're going to be. Because I know for a fact I'm going to die one day. This is a fact.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it, though.
Nah, I ain't running to it.
I'm trying to be 102.
I'm 113.
Hey.
I thought I was the only one that did that.
No, I need 102.
I put big numbers on there.
Triple digits.
So if I get to 95, God, I ain't mad at you, baby. Here I come. But like, I feel like you need to constantly be changing and looking at how your children think, because they're either going to get the information from you or somebody or something else.
And the other person ain't going to have good intention.
They're going to try to use them, abuse them, or worse. Yeah. So it's like, I won't talk to nobody more than I talk to my kids. Okay. I don't care if it's my podcast, if it's the missus, whoever. Yeah. I'm going to make sure the same verbiage I'm giving to the world or whoever, I'm giving to them kids.
I can ride with it.
I don't care where I'm at. I be in Walmart teaching lessons. Like, Daddy, why we can't have this $89 T-Rex. Well, let me explain why.
We got bills, baby.
But even bigger than that is I like to teach my kids, what have you done to deserve what you're asking for? That's like a fundamental thing in my house. I could hit for $1 trillion today. I'm like, Shaq, better take your ass over there with them Chargers. Ain't no Tesla. I'm rich. You're not. I worked. You didn't. Now, these kids are a little different because I do use these kids to promote my show. So I might got to break them off.
They get a little cut.
Shout out to the 8. But parentally, nah, we got to work, man. Nothing is given. Nothing is given. And I feel like to answer back to your question of where we are with the breaking into the places for stealing, it's like, what did you miss?
What do you mean, what did you not grab or what did you miss in upbringing?
What did you know? What did you not teach them?
Oh, okay.
Because the responsibility was given to you to raise them. It wasn't given to them to raise themselves.
Right.
So at the same time, one of my kids goes out and robs a bank. Yeah, he's 20-something years old. He's accountable. He woke up, got in the car, he did all that. But at the same time, what about his mannerisms and his personality and his upbringing did I not see?
What if he politely robbed a bank? At least you taught him manners.
Y'all better not rob no damn bank. sound like I just, hey man. Look,
I'm childish, I'm sorry.
No.
Sir, could you please give me all this goddamn money?
Look, the gun has no bullets in it, but I can reach for this clip.
I'm just saying, depending on their method.
Like I said, you can raise a child and give them everything.
Yeah.
And it turn out bad or not as well. Yeah. You can raise a child and give them nothing and they be stars. What I try to do is find that happy gray.
Yeah.
And it exists in different households. Everybody's gray is different. Yeah. But I try to keep them in the gray. They don't have too much, but they're not without. Okay. They understand hard work. They understand dedication. They understand. Yeah. Because 8 of them. It's like if I die, somebody got to be. I tell my son all the time, I call them the Avengers. I always reference, I'm Nick Fury.
You got Endgame and Infinity War.
It's like, no, you ain't saying nothing. I was in a car accident and I messed around and got poked in my eye. And my son was like, Daddy, can we take a picture? And I was like, why? He was like, because all of us and you, it's like the Avengers and Nick Fury. Oh.
I know you could do that, but laugh.
Hurting. I'm banged up, bruised.
Son, my eye.
I have missing. You want to take a picture? I appreciate you, son, for exploiting my pain. Well, you gonna fit in good in this media outlet. You gonna fit in real good when it's your turn. But yeah, man, like I said, man, parenting is something that I feel like us as a community, we just gotta get back to.
Do you think it should be a community thing or an individual thing? You think
Yes.
I don't know. I don't trust everybody.
I don't. That's
probably the problem.
I'm not gonna say that's the problem. That's the wrong take. I feel like that's me telling you what you're doing is an error. No, you're protecting your children.
Some creeps out here now in these days.
And that's what I feel like has done to our community. Because think about it. I remember being 7, 8 years old and Miss Pearly from over here would see me in some wrong and come snatch me up and walk me to my mama's house. Or walk me to my, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like we need to not, I don't know if it'll ever be that because of the way the world is, but I feel like the approach needs to be like, if I'm out somewhere and I see any of my kids' friends doing no good, I'm going to say something to you. I don't care if your mom and them say something to me or not. Yeah. Please believe I said something to you.
Yeah, because you're in the wrong. But see, I don't even know my daughter's friends. We
haven't got there yet either. Yeah,
I went to her Thanksgiving dinner. It was, and I sat down. I was familiar with the one young lady to her right, but the other 3, I don't even remember hearing their names. But she also doesn't go to school based on where we live. But excuse me, I don't know my neighbors. Only thing I know is it's an African cat that live on that side. I speak, but I don't know his name. Whereas when we were growing up,
you knew everybody.
Yeah,
you knew the whole block.
Yeah,
you knew the block. And I feel like we need to get back to that because look at what's going on. Just take music for example.
Okay,
look what's going on in our community with music. Never before have you seen the amount of black males dying in the rap industry. Never in the history. Ice Cube and them, Kumo D and them.
I think in real life they was more violent.
They're killing each other for like.
I'm good on that.
I'm straight. But you gotta, no disrespect to anybody, but you gotta ask yourself, why is that the mentality?
I think some of it's where they coming from. And I don't have the answer, but I think some of it's where they coming from. I think it's the age that's making a difference only because I think there was some control in music. I hate saying back then, but back then.
Showing your age.
Yeah, pretty much. No, when I tell you it's gonna be Drake first album gonna be oldies but goodies in a couple years.
We're close.
Yeah,
We're
it's
so
crazy.
close.
But not to get too far. But no, I think some of it is the age, because you gotta think back when NWA or even in the 90s, in the early 2000s, if you made it rapping, it was still some control to the content you put out. Not extreme control like it was censored, obviously, because they went through their whole the warning labels and all that shit.
Just stepping on the CDs
Yeah,
outside.
that whole nonsense. But whereas now we in my living room, we could literally record a diss track to, hypothetically, the whole city we live in and put it out. Can't nobody stop it.
No.
And then if the wrong person catches us at the mall, we're gonna have a bad day. Whereas, but I mean, our age, we're not 30, so obviously we're not of that mindset. But also, a lot of the rappers that are dying are young, and they come through stunting. And it's easier to touch celebrities now.
Yeah, you back in the 90s. You couldn't run up on R.
I've talked
Kelly.
to people on Twitter that are kind of famous, but famous.
Right.
Michael, that's why I think some of the older celebrities have such an aura. Because you don't get to shoot them a tweet or a DM. They ain't responding to you. They don't even know who you are.
Right.
You think Jay-Z don't have Twitter.
He has no social media, I don't
You know
think.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I think
he had IG like for a second.
Yeah, and deleted it.
Gone.
Yeah, and Beyonce has, I think, social media, but she don't run it. It's somebody that she pays or whatever. Whereas now you think, Pop Smoke. That's him you talking to on Twitter. So if you talking shit to him, you're talking shit.
You're directly speaking to that man.
Yeah.
You're not going around him.
Yeah, and so they out and about, they want you to see all that money and chains and shit they got on. They're more accessible.
This is true.
So if you're more accessible, you're also easier to touch in a good way and a bad way. That's what my observation.
This is the first time in music where these diss tracks are current. Like, I remember whenever Ether came out. I'm a little old, just a little bit.
That was fire.
But I remember he recorded Ether months.
Yeah, because it came with the album. It didn't before. Yeah, it didn't drop on SoundCloud.
Now you can go say fuck so and so and so and so and put it out right after that.
Yeah,
mix and master right here.
Put it out. See what I'm saying?
But what do you think made hip hop go to that? Because
technology.
So you think the violence that's going on now is the technology?
As odd as that sounds, I think so.
Why though? I like to hear that
because it's more accessible. When I first had my very first studio, it wasn't no big boy studio, but it was. I had all the equipment. When music first, at least from what I remember, I'm not 90, but when music first started, if you didn't really give a fuck about rap, you wasn't investing money in the studio time. I bought probably $10,000 worth of equipment at 19. I didn't buy it all at one time. Over time, but I'm just saying, I bought $10,000, $15,000 worth of equipment and keyboards, workstations, but all that shit. You don't got to buy that right now. I mean, it's a few $1,000s worth of shit, but now you can literally you can record a diss track on, well, that's $2,000.
A laptop. Oh, look.
I'm broke, but I'm straight, but I'm broke. That's the catchphrase. But no, you can literally invest. You could go, at one point, dog, I rented a computer from Rent-A-Center. That's how bad I wanted to make music.
Right.
And I had a Rent-A-Center computer, 2 speakers. I had my little Fruity Loops. And I think I used Acid Pro to record on, that shit is trash. But at the time, it was getting the job done.
Right.
But it wasn't like I could send it to the local radio station. It wasn't mastered. It was mixed to the best of my ability, but it wasn't mixed and I couldn't drop it on SoundCloud or any other platform. But technology allows you to do all of that.
Can I have a Kanye moment?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I won't get canceled.
No,
that's new. You sure?
Hey,
I might.
He said it. Not me.
Yeah, Bellamy the Dad Group said. Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
You said technology and music is what made it get to where it's at, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think it's weird that in the 90s, NWA said fuck the police. LL Cool J said rock the bells. And they made money. But do you not find it weird that we are putting out some of the most aggressive, violent music ever? And like, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of drill. I like drill music because I listen to it as music. Yeah. Nothing that man
ain't at home reenacting.
He can't make me go do nothing. I'm a grown up, bro. It's music. It's a story. It's what hip hop was. Yeah. Do you think it's not strange that this outside force, Kanye called them the so-and-so. I don't want to say that because I don't know nothing about music. Yeah. But you not think it's strange that the money that's being poured into this level of music is me killing you? Think about it. There's conscious rappers everywhere.
Yeah, but it don't sell.
But nobody's putting no money into it. They're putting money into what? A black man killing a black man. and they're eating off that.
Okay.
Somebody needs to ask questions. Like, why the first time?
Is it default? I'm gonna ask you a question, but I'm gonna also answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm an artist,
Mm-hmm.
am I not responsible for my art?
You are, but
So you don't have to rap about killing motherfuckers.
But at the same time, we are not going to act like our culture doesn't affect the world.
Oh, the world eats off our culture.
So
they be mooching off our culture.
So
truth be told,
we know in the country of America,
Yeah.
a black man is scary. Okay,
The
They fear
images,
us.
yes, not in real life, but
the image of us
yeah.
is scary.
Unfortunate,
right?
Yeah.
A black man with money is scarier.
As fuck, yeah.
So let me do this. Let me put a couple $1 million into this guy over here saying he gonna kill so and so, and then let me put a couple $1 million into the other guy saying he gonna kill so and so.
Yeah.
Who eats at the end?
The people who own the music.
You don't think that's a coincidence?
Oh, I definitely don't think it's a coincidence. All I'm saying is, if you create the art, you're still partially responsible.
Because how many of these people, think about it, a lot of the drill rappers, controversial rappers, how many of them are independent? How many of them?
That I don't know. I used to really research that shit, but now I don't as much as I used to.
It's a few people that are
sure.
fully backing everything they're doing.
Because I know they used to have like Koch, Asylum. They used to be small record labels when I really did all my research back then. But and they were like distribution. So I record all my shit. I basically own my masters, and then you give it to Koch. And it, like late when Diplomats left Rockefeller, and they kind of went and did their own thing, except for Jewels. He stayed with Def Jam. But when they separated, I think that's when Jim Jones started pumping out like the We Fly High. He was technically independent, but
he was still associated with
this is my distribution. So I'm gonna make it. I mix and master, blah blah blah.
But you gonna put it out for
you put it in stores because there used to be a thing called CDs.
Yeah, you could burn them and you could bootleg them and you could do all kinds of stuff with them.
So I don't know what percentage it is now.
For me, from just by watching YouTube, it's rare that somebody fully backs.
Is NBA Youngboy independent? From
he just signed that. I thought he just signed that big deal with Motown or somebody. Somebody gave him a big check.
Ooh, okay. They say he like the number one selling rapper on YouTube.
He is,
or not selling, but streaming.
Yeah. And he is because he
killing that shit like that.
He's really. Everybody had a spokesperson for their generation. Okay, so I was born in like 1990. So
you're a 90s baby?
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm 32.
84. How old is a mother?
I'm trying to age like you, nigga. I just told you that. I said, boy, you look good. Hey, whatever magical juice you got in there, I wouldn't mind.
A filter.
But like I said, think about it. We are starting to know who we are as a people.
Musically or across the board?
Across the melanin is everything.
I agree with that because we popping. We've been popping.
And what's the easy way to tear down a conglomerate from the outside or from the inside? The inside. Yeah. So these people are getting the bang for their buck. They're getting to see successful black men killing each other.
Okay.
Right? They already don't like us.
Right.
They get to misappropriate our music, our culture, our sound, everything. They keep winning. And we might get $5-10 million. But off that $5-10 million, they got rid of another successful black man. They got this black man not want to talk to this black man. Because if you don't like me, I don't like you. We're never going to have that dialogue on how we can get our stuff back, are we? It's just, in my opinion, man, I don't believe in like conspiracy theories, but I know they out to get us right now.
You think so?
I swear to, I feel it in my, Charleston White.
I don't know who that is. I know the name.
You gonna see Charleston White on YouTube?
I'm talking on Vlad.
Yeah, anything he does.
Yeah.
He's a millionaire by spewing ignorance. Why can I make $1 million saying something positive? Why is it so easy?
Because it's just like people they see the car crash. They don't want to see.
But they're investing in him. He has investors
who
behind
is he
him.
Exactly? I don't really know who he is.
I don't know where he came from.
Yeah, he just popped up on Vlad. I'm sure he's on other shit, but that's why I seen him.
The story I got, I don't want to tell this man's story because I end up on his videos. I swear I won't respond. I'm just glad he shouted me out. I hope he say something.
Did he?
I need it. He came out of nowhere. He was in gangs, maybe not in gangs. He got in trouble. He told on his people, and he's been living this way. He said a lot about Charleston White. Now, some of his points are valid. He has, just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump's ignorant as hell. But there are valid points.
Some of the shit he be saying to be the truth, though.
Charleston White is the same thing. The point that I take from Charleston White, not that I agree with none of what he says about the dead or how we do about our culture, but he does say, why should they respect us? if we're doing it to each other.
Well, that goes back to the upbringing, or do you got to take accountability? If I'm not saying that these people who get killed are not raised right, that's not that ain't none of my business because I'm not there with.
I feel like Takeoff is in the wrong place, at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's just a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
But in general, just because I give you a gun, don't mean you got to shoot it.
This is true.
See what I'm saying?
But it's they're smart on who they're targeting.
They're manipulating them as well. But again, if I give you a gun, that don't mean you got to shoot it. That's on you to shoot it.
But what if all you know is the gun? Prime example.
Then is that upbringing?
Yes, because he brings it back to imagine if Chicago. And I hate to use Chicago,
right? Because
I hate to use Chicago, but it's just we know what's up. We know they talk about it. Imagine if Chicago worked like a village.
Oh, they wouldn't be killing each other.
But they know this. So before you and I get to talking about this village, I'm going to slide you this money. Okay. And I'm going to keep gassing what you doing. Because I know if you and that guy across the street have any kind of communication, I'm the enemy now. They have to keep us separated. They have to keep us separated. And they're doing it with our music. And drill is like their opening door. Because I do believe King Von, he told stories. Now, some of that could have been his life. Maybe not. Maybe he could have. But he told amazing stories. Wayne's story, put on Wayne's story right now and see. It's like, you feel that. But at the same time, I do know and I believe firmly that there are gears being put in motion that we are not watching. We are only seeing this in front of us. We're not seeing what's going on behind us.
It's kind of like the thing that happened during the march, the George Floyd marches, and they would put out the pallets of all this destructive
bricks.
Yeah,
these bricks just start appearing in pallets.
Yeah, so I do know that.
Who you know buying bricks in pallets? I didn't know bricks came in pallets, bro.
Unless I'm trying to build me a grill in the back, why do I need a pallet of brick?
All through this city, it's a pallet. But what got me was nobody thought it was weird. Nobody was like, nah.
That shit dropped to like Modern Warfare. It's bricks.
It was like Fortnite. It was spawning and shit. They was refilling them. I seen a video of them taking a photo.
Oh, they running low. Let me give you some.
Yeah. If y'all see this podcast, I hope y'all do, man. I said this on everything I've been on this entire month. We have to open our eyes and see how they're using us. They are using us for the misappropriation of our culture for their financial benefit. And I'm not going for it.
So what do we need to do to try to change it?
Band together. It only takes one.
But we don't trust each other. We don't even support each other's businesses.
It doesn't matter. You talk about the negative, right? We don't support each other's businesses. There are people right now that you've met, I've met, that are trying to build these pillars. The problem is, just like a kid in a bad class, right? Everybody remembers the class clown. Yeah. Right? But you don't remember the good students.
No, because they don't leave a lasting impression, unfortunately.
But why does the lasting impression have to be ignorance?
It don't gotta be, but excellent academic excellence is not as impressionable, at least in the moment. Because like there's kids who, prime example, when you get in trouble, there's instant consequences. You go into the principal's office, you getting a referral, blah, blah. Are they still called referrals?
I believe so. My kids ain't bumped into it.
I ain't seen one yet.
They better not.
So, yeah, I'm good. But whereas somebody who wins honor roll, that's not till the end of the school year. So I think some of it is because negative consequences are instant versus, because we're using the school example, academic excellence is a longevity thing.
I think we don't.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Exactly. I agree with you. I feel like we've been spoon-fed the fact that the more negative that we are, the better it's going to be. Because think about this. Think about what's going on with the Messi and this shit wasn't a flu in the 90s.
Right.
It wasn't a flu. These people waited on us. They've been waiting for the opportunity to be like,
right.
Now, think about it. Malcolm X and them, they weren't going through this.
Yeah, but if they still was alive now, do you think they'd still be as impactful?
I don't think they would have made it this far, in my honest opinion. There are some people in this world that they are not going to let you get there. There are martyrs in this. There are people who are specifically put here to lead, and they know this. They already fear us.
Well, yeah, the image.
So why am I going to give you somebody to rally around? That's like saying, remember Captain Planet and the Planeteers? Yeah. They wasn't shit till Captain Planet. They put the rings together.
Yeah, I know the song. I know the theme song and
so
everything.
Imagine if our culture did that and rally behind these captains. They don't want that, because if we do that, we're getting closer to us knowing who we are. Look at Kyrie. What did Kyrie do? He shared a link and they almost...
I don't know. I ain't touching that one because I don't really know. how that works, but I do want to watch the movie to see if it's bullshit or if it's not. It's on Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
Or they might have taken it down, or they put a disclaimer. I'm not 100% sure. But I want to watch it because some people are saying it's supposedly, and I'm not even gonna say that word because I'm not trying to be in that group. It's very bad, and some people have said it's a lot of it is not true. I don't know. I would like to watch it just to see. But I also heard it's not a very good documentary. I don't know. Have you seen it?
No. Me and my father talked about it. We was gonna watch it, but I was scared if we ordered it,
that motherfucker blocked
they was
the whole
gonna come.
account.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
But you got to ask yourself. The only history that we're allowed to talk about freely is the one of us in chains.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because that's imagery. You got to think when you make a good black movie that paints us in a good light. It don't sell millions, except for Black Panther.
But we won't support it.
I know we don't.
We won't, but it
Prime
just
example.
takes one.
I'll give you another example. I talked about it way back in the day in Nosey. I talked about how a black person can open up a nail salon. If a woman goes in there and gets her nails done and she gets, you good, I cleaned up, don't worry. And it doesn't come out good, they'll shit all over it.
They'll blast.
But if you go to an Asian nail salon and you have one bad experience, they don't shit all over it. It might tell one person, but okay, prime example. And I'm not bad mouthing these companies. That's why I'm not saying their names. I told you about I've been trying to buy black owned hoodies. I want to wear them on the podcast because you can see it. I've gotten some, which you'll see in episodes. There's been some that I've hit up and they're like, I ain't got this. Or they don't hit back at all. And I'm like, bro, and I know it's only $40, $50. I'm not saying I'm going to help them become a millionaire. But if I'm making a small effort to support your black-owned business and you give me no response, if I hit up a white company, it's coming to the door in 3 days. For Amazon Prime, it might be there tomorrow. So why can't I get the same love? And I'm not saying it's just their fault. I'm just saying that's maybe some of the reasons why we as a culture don't support each other, even though we should.
I feel like we're scared to. Honestly, I feel like we are so scared to be... You got me started, boy. We're forever talking about how powerful we are. We're the original Jews. We're 12 tribes. We're all this. When is all that gonna mean something? I'm tired of talking. Me personally, I'm tired. This is like my 4th podcast I've been on this month. And I'm gonna be one of them.
You took us down this path.
I'm tired of talking about it. I'm legitimately tired of talking about how special we are.
You want to see some action?
Actions. Let's do something.
I don't know what to do.
I do. I don't know to do for our culture, but I will play my part. I will play my role. And that role, like you said, Jay-Z said this. They used to pick about Steve Jobs only owning 1% of Apple. But what is 1% to a tree? Same example. Yeah. How many African Americans are there in the United States?
I have no idea.
A monstrous
14%?
Monstrous amount, right?
14 or 17%, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be that 1%.
Yeah. But let me ask you this then. And I've thought about this. Do you think we're afraid to follow?
Yes,
Everybody want to be in the front. At least from what I've seen.
Imagine a table of 69 seats. Okay. There's a head of the table. There's an end of the table and the other seats on the outside. Where do you think the biggest fight is going to start?
To be at the end, at the head and the foot.
Why?
Because you get to shine.
What does it matter?
You tell me.
I'm a firm believer, bro. I don't care who sit at the head of the table as long as I'm eating.
Pretty much.
I don't care who paid for the meal. Right. I don't care if you paid for it, a nigga in the back paid for it. Yeah. As long as I get a pay my belly full and I ain't steal nothing, we gotta talk about it more though.
But you gotta think, everybody wants to be Beyonce. I'm cool with I'm not Beyonce on none of the podcasts I'm on.
Me neither. I'm a group of three. I'm a group of three, yeah.
And I'm cool with that, but I think that's it, to even simplify that, that's kind of like R&B boy groups or R&B groups as a whole's issues. Somebody want to be in the front.
It's the ego.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch the team you build, like the Dad Group Project, man. Shout out to Rah, shout out to Kayla, Juice, BT, Axe Love Productions. I don't have an issue. This last episode we shot with Double Cup Bean, fire episode. It's clean, it's edited, it's perfect. But I know my co-host Rah rose to the occasion. I don't have a problem passing the ball. Like you remember Jordan, the Bulls? Yeah. Jordan did not want to be Jordan. No. He had to be Jordan all the time. Yeah. And I understand that. It's a high level of excellence he has for himself. Yeah. But I have the same one. But I don't mind looking over and saying, damn, I'm not hitting these shots. But let me let you run point tonight. And I don't mind.
As long as we win, that's the point.
That's where I'm at. I don't mind stepping to the side. Not for anybody. Not for none of my co-hosts or anything. I don't mind. I don't got to be the one that's always talking. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I'm cool with having a table. Yeah. And
as long as I got a seat, I'm cool.
Exactly.
But collectively, we're not cool with that.
We need to be though. But it's almost been brainwashed into it. Think about how long corporate America has structured music, clothing, athletics, eatery for us to be in competition with ourselves.
But
forever.
But it's competitive. In my opinion, I think it's competitive because we determine what's cool. Culturally, we determine what's cool.
We do.
I hate to say it. You know what I mean? I don't hate to say it, but you know what I mean?
But why does it matter who
starts the cool or invents the cool?
Who starts the conversation? I don't care at this point. We are so wrapped up in who's and why's. That's the name of this episode.
Who invented cool?
Who invented cool? It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
'Cause I don't mind being the not cool one. I don't mind playing the two.
Yeah.
I ain't got to play the point all the time.
I think that takes a lot of... I think it takes a lot of humility to be able to do that.
It takes vision, too. I can see that the people that I'm working with have the same level of excellence. Mm-hmm. And not only are they investing into me, but I also have to invest back into them. Like my co-host Kayla May, she's got a clothing line called Fupa Gang.
Okay, cool.
I'll wear a Fupa Gang. See? You naturally...
She thickums. I ain't mad at her.
I feel like it tastes better.
I ain't mad at no Fupa.
I'm just saying, like, I don't mind.
Oh, I have seen that on the ground.
You see what I'm saying? I love to put other people on. I love to be a part of other people's journeys because I'm doing something that's not a self. And if it's not a self, it's going to grow. And that's how I look at it. Like, I ain't got to be the point all the time. Even on the hoodie we got, it's like me, Kayla, Rara. On the show, we sit like that. I'm forever trying to get out the middle. I would love for one of them to go, yo, welcome to the Dad Group Project. I would love for that.
Yeah.
But I don't push it. But at the same time, I believe in their excellence. Okay. I believe in their abilities. And I'm just as invested in them as they are in me. Yeah. And that's how I feel like that's how you build those bonds. Okay. You have to build them, though.
Well, that's what we doing today.
It's a good conversation.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation.
I appreciate it. All right, well, let me get all your socials and all that good stuff so we can, work on that some more.
Yeah, man. I'm the H Daddy on Twitter. I'm Marcus Bellamy on Facebook. The Dad Group Project on Instagram. I'm Bellamy of the Dad Group on TikTok. Like, yeah, come see me. I got 8 of them. I need some help. You better push the subscribe button. Hit his subscribe button. Like, come on now. I hate that. I get so many views. Do you ever look at your analytics on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Have you ever looked at the comparison between who watched and who pushed subscribe?
Nah.
Man.
Most of the people who push subscribe are people you don't know.
What I don't like is...
Which kills my nerve.
Don't watch my show and not push subscribe. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing.
I ain't mad at them. There's certain shit I intentionally won't subscribe.
Yeah, there's certain...
Because I don't want it on my algorithm, but I enjoy the show.
Me too. And I'm the same way.
Because I'm still going to watch. It gets put, like there's certain shit I looked up one time and now I get shit associated with.
You get your home feed.
Yeah,
it's right
I'm like,
there.
Bro, I didn't enjoy the show. I just was looking for one particular topic.
I think the Upstate, man, is on to something.
You think so?
I know so. It's just it's so much going on. Like, think about how long you lived in the Upstate?
I moved here in 4th grade.
Okay, so you've been here a while.
I went to the military, but yeah.
But
you've been a long time, yeah.
What do you consider this home?
Yeah. I say I was born in D.C., I grew up here.
See, I'm the same way. I was born in Tennessee.
Okay, let's go, yeah.
But I feel like this is the first time, man, it's so much going on in the community and it's people partnering together. SC Lo-Fi, me and you right now, the Dad Group Project, the Come Up Radio. There's these pillars, I call them pillars, because these are going to be the foundation blocks for the Upstate. I said the same thing somewhere. I was like, yo, Atlanta's 2 hours from us. Charlotte's an hour and a half away. Why nobody talks about Greenville? And I don't think people know that we don't get talked about. Man, I lived in Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi. I've been all over the place. I have never heard nobody say, South Carolina. Yeah, Greenville. Yeah. No. No, we don't.
Somebody want to be the first to put
You
us
gotta
on
be the one. Why you gotta be the one? It's 37,000 doors. We can all walk through them at the same time. We can all win.
Because collectively, somebody want to be that first.
That, and I feel like Greenville, we're stuck on a popularity contest. If you look on social media, the same people that are popular right now been the same niggas been popular since high school. And I feel like if you ain't did nothing with it by now, pass that thing along. There's some innovators going on right now. So I'm gonna get my can I get my flowers to folks?
Oh, do you think?
Shout out to Nosey with Good Intentions, Friends with Good Intentions, The Come Up Radio, Arson from Simpsonville, Little Mexico from Great Court, Double Cup Bean in Greenville, Fountain Inn. Like, I love the camaraderie that's going on right now because in my opinion, I went to Hillcrest. I've never seen this level of camaraderie.
Okay.
I've never seen this level of teamwork. Like, I have no problem jumping in the inbox. I hit you, but yo, what you? Why not?
I feel weird about doing it. That's why I've only been on one other podcast that wasn't associated with mine. I was like,
Can I ask why you feel weird?
Because I'm just weird. I'm awkward, so I try not to. I know, because you can't read tone in a text.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ain't know what you was, not in a bad way, but when you hit me and then you start posting when we post, I was like, okay.
Do you know why though?
I have no idea. I ain't mad at you, but I just was like, because the only people who really reposted is the three of us, the three of us, and then some people who I know actively listen. So you post, I'm like, all right, cool.
I repost.
So I repost yours, you know what I mean?
Because it costs me nothing to take 30 seconds out my day to promote your business. This is before I even knew you. Before we even knew he was going to be on the show.
We literally met today.
It takes how long to promote somebody's business?
10 seconds.
If you win, my brother, I'm naturally going to win. You want to know why? Because we in the same area.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who catches the alley, as long as you on the team. What are y'all doing? Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, again, everybody doesn't operate that way.
But I feel like we need to bring that back. You said I believe it's on the podcast with the first one, your first Friends with Good Intentions. It was like, why not? You like, do you share stuff? And he's like, yeah, I do. It's like, well, people don't. But why not?
Because you know what irritates me in conjunction with what you said? I think Big Sean and Janae Aiko just had a baby. I see more people will congratulate motherfuckers they don't even know they famous.
Before they know the
yes.
Why though?
I don't know. I don't promote famous people.
I don't either. You promote me. You're not doing nothing for me. You see what I pulled up? What you say? Them cans. No, it's a red cup. I'm not giving nobody no.
I'm all out.
I'm like, look, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not giving nobody no free kudos off me. I'm just not.
I appreciate it. I should have bought 3, but you
know. No. I didn't even know this conversation was gonna take it this way. I'm a firm believer, man, of more love, more life.
Okay.
I live that way. Like I religiously live that way. And I believe the more love I'm gonna give, the longer God gonna let me be here. It only makes sense because I'm not only doing my purpose, but I'm also helping one of God's people and helping them fulfill their purpose.
Okay.
So win-win. It's like we gotta step outside this box of ignorance, bro. Like, I'm almost tired of it. I'm flawed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not foolproof. I'm just walking on water. But I understand where we are as a people. And I'm just tired of talking about how great we are with a lack of push to take back what's old. They still talking about 40 acres and a mule. I don't want the 40 acres and a mule. No. I don't want that. I'm cool with not having that. You wanna know why? I didn't work for that. Yeah, somebody else paved the way for that. I didn't work for that. I did nothing for that 40 acres.
I ain't never been no slave.
So I'm going to build mine on my own too. But at the same time, I'm bumping into these individuals like yourself and others. I'm like, well, shit. Your 40 and my 40, that's 80 acres.
Yeah.
Now look what we got. We got 3 of them. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's 200. That's 120 acres.
Yeah.
You got to start thinking of the bigger picture. Hey, like I said, I believe we are what we are as a people right now because we've been led down this path. They've almost pacified us to this. We are the greatest people on earth. I don't care what nobody says. Melanin is everything. But yet we own nothing when it comes to the appropriation of our culture. Man, don't get me started.
I can fuck with it.
I never wanted to be an activist. I don't even like talking like this, but it's like I'm tired. And I have sons and I have daughters. And if I'm not doing anything to help them knock down some of these hurdles, why am I here? I serve no purpose. I serve none. If you don't have a purpose, you just shouldn't be here, in my opinion. Dang. I hate to say it like that, but you're in the way. You're in the way.
All right, well,
salute
shit.
to it.
Salute. We get the fuck out. Well, thank you for listening to Friends with Good Intentions.
Show, man. Make sure you check out the Dad Group Project, man. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Shout out to Fupa Gang. Shout out to the 8s. Shout out to Miss, shout out to all that, man. Like, yeah, band together. Collaboration is key, man.
We'll catch you next time.